And welcome back. It's been a while, but welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. There we go. I'll get the comments up here. Okay, so I just randomly felt like doing this. You may notice that the shop looks a little bit different. Once again, that's probably just me in the chat, but hello anybody. Yeah. You may notice that the shop looks a little bit different since the first video. After that first video, I probably did some grinding and figured out how to, well, first of all, I upgraded the shop. I got rid of the bus that was here, or whatever it was that was blocking up all this room over here. We now have this nice second lift, which we only had the first one before. Oh, yeah, and we can customize the look. So we made it look a lot nicer in here. And I've leveled up a bit. Let's just take a look at the toolbox. Here's what we've got bought. Second lifter, the customization, the tablet, OBD scanner, fuel pressure meter, electronic multimeter, compression tester, tire tread tester, the battery charger, and the welder. And then we have the entire bottom row of skills. And we need more skill points to get to get any of these up here, because these are 2 apiece. And they go up. Which is going to be a pain in the ass. But either way. So, from the title of the video, we have this car here. Car status. Yes. The little story. This is actually a story mission. But yeah, the story says, "Good morning, would you be able to help me? It's my first car. It might not be the perfect car, but it's mine. I've always dreamed about one like this, so I finally managed to save some cash." And I started looking immediately. It seems that I might have gotten a bit carried away. I heard that this doesn't bode well. The salesman said that the brakes need to be repaired, but the rest is in perfect condition. This morning I heard a banging in the back, and it pulls to the right. I hope it's nothing serious. I'll borrow some cash if necessary, but I hope it's just the brakes. I can't wait to hit the road again. Please do a checkup and replace what you need. See you. Fixing the body parts. There were a couple of things that I decided to go ahead and get out of the way real quick, because they were easy things, stuff like the fluids. I believe I've already drained the oil. I just need to fill it back up with new. But we already refilled the windshield washer fluid. Yeah, there's all these parts that need to be replaced. Second page, third page. Yeah. we're going to go ahead and mark everything because all the spark plugs, 2 timing belts, wheel hubs, yes. And oh, so I must have used all of my spare parts that I had. So how many bushings do we need? Like a freaking dozen of them or so? Yeah, rubber bushings. Rubber bushings. We can't highlight the actual timing belts. Oof. Yeah. And there's plenty of stuff in the back that needs done. Yeah. Main shop. Search. I need like probably... I might as well just go ahead and buy 8. Because even if I don't need all of them, I'll use them later on another project. So it's always a good idea to have a few rubber bushings, and even the small rubber bushings. I might actually need a few of those, so let me buy a few of those. So, didn't mean to click on that part. Okay. That one's on 7%. Wow. That one's on 12%. Oh yes, and there was actually just a patch for the game. Okay, I didn't really want to take out the lower control arms, but... Oh. Let me take that out with some rusty bolts. Okay. Part mount. Oh, and I suppose we can do the oil filter, so hold on. Search. That would have been a V8. Yep. Put on the good one. New rubber bushing. That rubber bushing goes back in. Okay, well, we got that much at least. Now, how about brakes? Those pads don't look too good. And this, what has to be eliminated? Oh, the bearing has to come out first. Front wheel hub. The knuckle cover looks to be fine. Okay, so let's take the other wheel off. I kind of almost wish that they had the wheels and tires labeled as left side and right side. It would make things a little bit more complicated, but at least you wouldn't really be able to, or it would be harder for you to screw up and put the wrong things in the wrong place. Oh, the wheel hub. Okay. Now, I don't have a workbench yet, so I can't fix things. And I don't know how I would get that, because in here allows you to salvage and upgrade parts. Car wash. Let's see if we can do that, or if that's what we're looking for. Now it's outside. Yeah, I also have this other car, and yes, that's actually a Nissan. I think it's a Nissan, but it's a Silvia either way. There was a DLC. Yeah, that is Nissan. There was a DLC for Nissan vehicles. I think the Skyline R34 is in as well. Let's take a look. I also have some cars out here that I decided to work on. Okay, so it looks like it's been moved around here. Yes, here we are. Salvage container. I don't want to salvage. Upgrade. Okay. All right, aim for aim for green. Bonus. Okay, well. Okay, so this is not the repair bench that I wanted. Okay, there's a door over here. I guess there is. So I'm guessing that's probably just something that's going to come with the next expansion. Car wash, test path, and then the warehouse. Brake lathe. Restoring damaged brake discs. Workbench. Okay. So I have to get the expansion to the garage, which is 10 grand. And I just wasted like 2,500 on that. Damn it, if I had just looked, I would have. Body repair station. So it seems like they've added more of these, like, different kinds of workbench kind of things for different kinds of parts. They decided to divvy it up instead of just leaving it all on one workstation, which, I mean, I figured that would have actually been a better idea to keep it that way, but they wanted to complicate things, I guess. Brakes. Let's just get 2 calipers. Two sets of pads. Mount the wheel hub back in. Uh-oh, did I scrap one of those accidentally? I might have. Shit. Well, if I did, it was probably in bad condition, so I probably needed to get rid of it anyways. Wheel hub bearing. And the cap. Put on one of the fresh sets of pads. And one of the fresh calipers. Oof. I should probably go ahead and Oh wait, this, yeah. Put on some fresh brakes. Fresh pads. Fresh calipers with the fresh cylinders. And then the wheels. That are not a very good shape, but okay. And oh. Front wheel hub. Front wheel hub. There it is. There you go. Alright, the bearing. Wheel hub bearing. Okay, well, I do believe that should complete those things, so hold on. Car status. We've still got a lot left to cover, though. Brake pads in the back. Leaf spring U-bolts. Ignition coils. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh, lordy, lordy. Those brake pads look like garbage. Take the disc off. That whole hub. Okay. Okay, well there's that side. Now we do the other side. Take off the wheel. Probably have to do, well, I'm probably just going to go ahead and do all of it all the same anyways, because it's No point in. Okay, actually, this wheel hub doesn't need fixed. Well, doesn't look too bad anyways. So we'll take that off, and the spring, and the cap. And this time only one of the U-bolts needs to come off. And that bushing needs to come off. Oop. Okay. We got a good bushing? No, we don't. I went through all 8 of those already? Dang. No. Why are you zooming in? Just there. Put a fresh bushing in there. Okay. And then we're going to need the leaf spring U-bolt. These spring caps. 2 of those. I think it was 2 of the drive axles. And 1 of these solid axle control arm. Okay. I think I need like 3 of those. Okay, so put the new spring cap on. The springs that we had, let's get the kids some good springs here. Okay, so one of them was decent, but not great. But we're still going to put 2 brand new ones in there. Brake discs. And the pads. And then probably calipers as well, but we'll see that when we see that. wheel back on. The wheels look fine. I don't know how they're at 70-something%. They should at least be a little bit dirty or something. Okay, well, we got that part locked back. We got that side locked back down. Alright, part mount. Control arm. Boom. With the rubber bushing. And then I'll put the leaf spring plate. And then the U-bolts, 1 and 2. And the other new cap that we bought, and the other new spring that we bought, and the other cap. Wheel hub. Didn't buy one of those. I really like how much they've streamlined it, to where you can just hover your little aiming reticule, little dot, over the part that you're looking for, and then all you have to do is hit down on the D-pad. And it adds it to your shopping list, and then you can just hit the square button to go into your shop. Brake disc. Fresh set of pads. Calipers with the cylinder. Very nice. Boom, boom. But they really did streamline that process and made it a lot easier, and I really do appreciate that, I gotta say. Okay. Now. Okay, the only things left. The 2 timing belts. All 8 spark plugs from the looks of it. Well, it looks like 5, actually. I'll just go ahead and do all 8 anyways, because why not? The camshaft, fuel rail, and 3 ignition coils. It's a shame that you can't add the things to your shopping list from this list right here. You know, just the same way. You just hit, well, you can't hit down on the D-pad. That's how you navigate. But maybe, like, click one of the sticks in, or a bumper button. Oh, no, the bumpers switch between stuff. Yeah, the Bolt Hornet. It's the, what, early 2000s, like late 90s version of the Camaro, the fast fish as some people call it, because it kind of looks like a catfish. Change the oil. See, I think I already drained the oil out of it. I just need to put fresh in. Nothing happened, so yeah, I was right. Move it back. $1,300? Why is that going to cost so much? Okay. I believe we've done everything suspension-wise to the car. Yeah, the only stuff left is the engine stuff that we need to do. So let's drop her down. We're going to need to pop that hood. I already refilled all of the fluids. You got the coolant, the wiper fluid. I think I already charged the battery. Maybe not. Where's my battery charger at? Oh, over here. Charge your battery up, why not? It doesn't cost anything, I don't think. Okay. I think I filled up the fluid in the brake servo. It looks pretty full. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can put any more in there. So... okay, well, we're going to have to start yanking stuff. So, these fuel rails, that one's bad. And I don't yet have the ability to take the engine out of the car yet. That's probably one of the upgrades that gets me the motor hoist tool. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, actually. Okay, we have to take the coils cover off first. Yeah. Now we can take the head cover off. When I get the upgrade skills to level it up, does that actually say WD-40 on it? Is that what that was? Okay, I'll take out the spark plugs. We'll just go ahead and replace all 8 spark plugs. And one of the camshafts, it must be in the other, yeah, it's in the other side. So we've actually stripped that side down all that we need to. So, yeah. We need to get into the front, though, because there's 2 belts that we need to get at. All these, oh god, we have to take off all of this stuff from the front dress on the motor. Oh boy. Okay, now let's do this side of the head first. Alright, the ignition coil. Wonder if the dudes that make this game, the company, I forget the name of the studio, but I wonder if they would be interested in doing a VR mode for this. Because I feel like that would be interesting. Put your VR helmet on and you could just use that to look around instead of the very slow using the thumbstick, because it's very slow. There's a bad plug, and that's a bad plug. That one looks okay, but we're going to replace it anyways. That one's bad. Now, this camshaft we can't yank just yet because we have to get all the stuff on the timing taken off first. So, we might as well go ahead and start doing that. Start with this here idler roller. Get that undone. Take off the belt. Another idler roller. Water pump pulley. this idler roller be. Oops. That just clipped through the radiator to spray that shit on there. Another idler roller be. Belt tensioner. Take off the belt. I'm not even sure if all of these things need to come off. The idler rollers probably do. So we'll take all of those off. Ooh, okay, so the water pump needs to come out. Oh. How the hell do you drain the water? I drained the oil. Oh, coolant. And since I had already refilled the coolant. Okay, well, we're learning things. We're figuring out that we need to do leave the coolant unfilled before we take out the water pump. Now we can take the timing cover off, get that out of the way. Now we can get at these two terrible timing belts. Yoink that one. Oop. And that one. And we need to take this gear off, which I think might also be bad. But we also need to get that camshaft out. That's all we need to take out. So, let's go into inventory. Oh wow, most of these things are down around 70%. Ugh, I really don't want to leave so many things done like that. Spark plugs, ignition coils, fuel rail. Most of this other stuff is stuff we already did, so we don't need to worry about that. So I think there's going to be 8 ignition coils, 8 spark plugs, probably 2 of the fuel rails. These idler rollers and belts, except for the timing belts, we can probably leave those as they are. Okay. Oh, why did I do that one? I could have just... Okay, take the spring out, the shock cap, that thing. Camshaft V8. Timing belt. 2 of those. Spark plugs are under electronics. And we need 8. I'm running low on money. It's a good thing these are the last parts I'm buying. There. Now, let's put it into part mount, camshaft. Get that guy back in. This cam gear is decent enough. Put the belt back on, or a new belt rather, because that was one of the things we had to replace. Second belt. Timing cover. there, put that back on. The water pump pulley. And then the other belt. And another idler roller. And I think that's everything for there. Get everything locked down nice and tight. Jesus. I need to improve my screwing speed as soon as I can because it goes so painfully slow. Oh my god. New spark plugs all the way around. There was probably only a few that we needed to do, but I'm too much of a perfectionist. And then we'll also go ahead and do the ignition coils while we're here. Oh. One thing that I would appreciate is them not centering the little aiming reticule after every single part, because I'd rather it have been right there and I could have just moved it right over to the next one, instead of them recentering it back into the middle of the screen. Okay. And we'll just do this fuel rail since we're here. This is why NASCAR pit crews use the fucking air hammer thing that goes and just screws the things in real fast. And also undoes them very fast. Because you gotta do those things quick. That reminds me of a problem that I need to address with my car. Anybody who's been following my channel for a while knows that I have this car that keeps having problems. Well, yes. If you haven't heard it before, I drive an '06 Chrysler PT Cruiser. And we'll go ahead and fill up the coolant since I drained it accidentally. Yeah. But I drive a Chrysler PT Cruiser, and it's a shame that they didn't never have that car in these games, because I would have appreciate being able to oh, and the last thing we need to do is also the oil. Fill up the oil. I did everything with the engine. You can't see the level of the oil when you fill that up. You just have to wait for it to start spurting out the top. Like that. Okay. And again, we replaced more stuff than we needed to, but that's because, I mean, hell, you might as well. Any good mechanic could probably tell you if your spark plugs are bad, you might as well just replace all of them. Same thing for like brake pads. The brake pads especially, pads and rotors, you're supposed to replace them at the same time. That way they're both even on both sides. You don't want to leave them uneven. So everything's done. We're getting almost $5 grand in the payout from this, and I'll be able to scrap all of the parts that I have left over believe I fixed up his frame. I could use to do the interior stuff. But that should be done. Is it all the way on the... It's all the way on the ground. Oh, I guess it is. Okay, well, let's do the interior. Move over to the other car. Make sure his interior is all nice and clean. Yeah. Oh, it was already cleaned, so I just did that for nothing. It's the quality of the parts. Oh, you can't open the door? Yeah, so I just wasted money doing that. Anyways, the car's done, so let's finish it off. And like I said, almost $5 grand. Yay. Now we have this Sylvia that we can work on. And then we also have this, the rip-off version of the Skyline. The Star Line. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the... yeah. And what exactly was wrong with this here Sylvia? Now, I already did the interior. I'd need to fix the frame, though, because it's not in such good shape. Okay, so fuel filter, pump, a rail, and a throttle. Engine is working, but it's choppy. And replace the engine oil and filter. So, replace the oil and filter. We can... yeah. Taking it up. Why did it close the hood? Ugh, whatever. Drain the oil. Oh, it is actually leaking out there. Okay. Move back to where it was. And we need to replace the filter. Oh god, it's on 6%. So there's that. The throttle. Fuel filter and the fuel rail are the only things. Oh, and the fuel pump. I'll just go around to the back here. But right, as I was mentioning, it kind of reminds me of a problem with my car that I need to do is I think I have oil leaking into where my spark plugs go in. Buy one of those. One of those. Okay, part mount. Get that fuel pump in there nice and good, boom. And then we'll move back to the whoop. Oh, that has a Hawaii plate on it, and Hawaii has a rainbow on their plate. Okay. Well, let's see. We already replaced... No, we did not. We need to replace the oil filter. Boom. Nice and easy. The other stuff we need to get to from the... lower the car down. If a stupid welder would get the hell out of the way. Oh yeah, we already used the welder, so let's move it back to where it was and get it the hell out of the way. Now, okay. Yank the fuel rail and the throttle. Put the new throttle on. And the new fuel rail. And that looks like, what, like an inline 4 motor? Oh. Yoink the fuel filter. Put the fresh one on. And that should be everything. Oh, and we still need to replace the oil. Not hard at all. Fill it up. And she should be done. Uh-huh. She's done. Yay, cool. What's wrong with this thing? Oh, this is an electric car. Lack of engine power. Oh, that's it then. Okay, what about you? What's wrong with you? Sway bar front end link. Okay, sloppy car steering, and then the brake problems. Okay. Yes. Well, tell you what. We'll move the car into A. Okay. Okay, now what were we... Ooh, well, I can see some rust in here just looking at the engine bay. Okay, this is... Ooh, strange noise from the engine bay. Air filter cover, clutch pressure plate, exhaust manifold A, front exhaust section A, idler roller B, starter, and the water pump. Yeah, I just actually had to have the starter on my car replaced again. Because whatever the hell problem I have with my car, it doesn't start very well. Like sometimes it'll start rough, it'll crank for way too long before it actually starts. Sometimes it cranks for a while and then it starts like it's gonna start the motor, but it's like sputtering real bad. And then it'll just die. So my starter ended up going bad because I've been having to start the car 2 or 3 times to make sure that it's got a good, clean, like, start to it, you know, nice and smooth. Because otherwise, if it doesn't have a good start, the transmission starts acting weird. And I've been trying to get the transmission ironed out. I've been going to the Chrysler dealership in my town, trying to get them hoping that they can find the actual problem. I've had... What the hell have I had? There was the clutch. It's an automatic transmission, so it doesn't actually have a clutch. No, it was the torque converter clutch plate, I think, is what it was. Because it was some with the torque converter. Had to be replaced. I'm also pretty sure that I have grounding wire issues. There's grounding wires that go from the front wheel hub area where the wheels mount onto the hubs and stuff, and it goes from there to like the chassis in like the wheel well, you know, and there's one like that on each side, and at least one of them is broken, probably both. And this is the second time that this has happened, because I had those grounding wires replaced once before, and they got broken again, or at least one of them has. And I think that might have to do with why the car doesn't start so good. Also the bad starter, we got that replaced. Okay, well this here looks bad, this nasty exhaust manifold, so we're going to go ahead and yoink that off. And this water pump, okay, we got stuff that we have to get to first. The pump pulley, that, we have to take the radiator fan off. Oh, take the belt off. Oh wait, the belt, no. Tensioner comes off first. That's got a crappy bolt on it. Take the belt off. This idler roller is bad and needs replaced, so we'll yank that. There's also a nasty bolt on here, whatever this is, the timing cover. There's nothing underneath there that we actually need to do, so... Oh, but that timing cover isn't so great. Well, it's not part of the thing, but I'm going to go ahead and, that timing cover, the idler roller, we also need a water pump, front exhaust section, the exhaust manifold. Did I already add the idler roller? I think that's all one section there. Okay. Timing cover. 2 of those. Water pump. Okay. Nope. Back to mount. Put on the new timing cover. Lock that down with some fresh bolts. And we'll put the fresh idler roller. And we'll just wait, because now we need to take off the pulley and the very bad... Wait a minute, what? This, uh-oh. Okay, so that cover needs to come off. And that's not even the same cover we replaced. And to do that, we also need to take off the thing. And if we didn't learn from the last time, when we threw coolant all over the place. Tools, drain tool. Let's drain the fluid out of the coolant tank so we don't throw it all over the place. Now we're going to open up this here timing cover. No, wait, we don't need that one. It's the C. Get that one off. And that gives us access to the water pump. But we first need to take off... Oh, damn it. We have to take off both timing covers. Why the hell isn't it just one big cover? And we also have to take off the coils cover. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, God, this is such a pain in the ass. All of you out there who are wanting to get a Skyline, you might want to reconsider, because if you're going to have to go through all this bullshit to work on the thing, that's the, I believe the Skyline is that RB26 motor that people always talk about. Yeah, you may want to reconsider. Okay, we got to take the throttle off. Things mounted in just a weird way. And you know what? I can identify, because driving a PT Cruiser, damn near everything in that car is mounted weird. So, your fuel pump, or fuel filter, also needs to be replaced. What was that bring noise? Oh, I just leveled up. Okay. We need to take the fuel rails off. Okay. Or at least the one. Now we can take the intake manifold off. I think that the intake manifold could have came out first. Now with that out of the way, we can finally get the coils cover off. Okay, now, in order to take this belt off, we have to take this idler roller off. Okay. Then we can get the belt off. Wow. That's a lot just to get at the damn water pump, dude. Jesus Christ. And all it was two belts, or 2 bolts. Man. To get the exhaust piece, we have to go underneath the car. Oh, we also need to replace this air filter cover. Oh, God. And you have to replace, or you have to take off these little clips first. And there's 4 of them. So you have to go all the way around the stupid thing. Oh, wow. Pain in my balls. And the air filter's a piece of crap, too. The base is fine, though. Ooh, what's that back there? Oh, that's the starter. Oh, no, we can take that off now. Yoink. Did I have a new starter already? I don't think I did. Yeah, no. So, and that's going to be in electronics. Oh boy. Put fresh starter on. Yeah. Oh, and the fuel filter. We should have gotten one of those. That's in the main shop. Oops. Shit. Oh, and the air filter parts, I probably should have done those too. Okay. Air filter. Pop a fresh air filter. And the air filter cover, if I remember correctly, is toast. Yeah, pretty bad. Bing bang. Put the fresh one on. And then the clippy-doos. I don't know why they don't just have, like, bolts to hold them on or something. Well, it's little plastic air filter cover and base, so they just use little metal clips. We'll have to refill the thing. We also need to replace that exhaust pipe. Yeah. I didn't already buy one of those, did I? Front exhaust section A. Yeah, we did buy one. Okay, so we didn't need to do that. Okay. I think we have everything we need to put everything back together. Oh, how about an oil filter? Oh, and I have to do it from underneath. Okay then, well, let's go ahead and do stuff from underneath then. Taking her up. Okay. Take the exhaust off. And the oil filter off. Damn it, I hit the button too many times. Fresh one. Put the new exhaust piece back up, boom. Doesn't look like there's anything down the back of the car that needs to be done. But we do need to do the flywheel or something in the transmission. Yeah. Crap. Well, if that's the case, we're going to have to disconnect. Yeah. I'm also noticing an inconsistency here. The Skyline was all-wheel drive. So why... Can you at least zoom in on the damn transmission, you dickhead? And that also means I need to take the starter back off. Because you can't take the transmission off without taking off the starter first. But yeah, the Skylines were actually all-wheel drive. So this appears to be rear-wheel drive. Because I don't see any front drive axles, and there wasn't any kind of a like an all-wheel drive, what would it be called? Oh, the all-wheel drive, what's it called, the gearbox or whatever. And that's going to be under transmission. Oh, that's main yeah. Put that back on. Boom. But yeah, the Skylines had all-wheel drive. So that transmission's not in super great shape, but I'm not really at much liberty to do much about it other than buy him a new one, which is not part of the deal. I would at least like to tell the guy and say, hey dude, you're going to need to replace your transmission soon, probably. Your drive shaft isn't in too good a shape either. Okay, I believe that's everything that needs done from underneath. And the filters have all been done. So that exhaust manifold, the idler roller, and the water pump, we got to put everything back together, but we got to lower it back down first. Put everything back together on top here. Okay, so we'll get the fresh exhaust manifold. And your water pump. And then, oops. We'll put this here belt back on. If my thumbstick will cooperate. Put the coils cover back on. Belt. Belt tensioner. And the fan. Also isn't really in the greatest state, but I can't really do a whole lot about that. We'll put your intake manifold back on. And your fuel rail go back on. Fortunately, that doesn't have to be bolted in for some reason. That throttle's not in very good shape either, although it doesn't look all that rusty for being at 50-some%. Okay. And then probably need to put oil back in it. Or not. Oh. Okay. But what we do need to put back in is the coolant. Because we had to take that out before we took out the water pump, otherwise we would have dumped it all over the place. Alrighty. your frame's better. Should be done. And I'm still only getting 1,200 out of that. Ah, boy. Now what's wrong with this thing? Sway bar, 2 calipers, and 2 pads. Well, we don't need to lift the hood for that. Just take it on up. Okay, well there's the sway bar link. Okay, so... That reminds me, I've actually got 2 skill points. Or at least I should. I've got 3, actually. Move faster, fix parts, screwing speed. Mounting, unmounting speed, well, we'll get that too. Fix parts. Well, we don't even have the workbench to fix the parts yet, so yeah. Yeah. And I need to get the garage expansion, which is 10 grand, so I'm going to have to do a bunch of jobs before I get that kind of money to where I can actually get the actual workbench, the body panel repair table, and there's the engine stand. So, and then also a brake lathe would be nice to be able to repair brake discs. Can't repair the brake pads though, but I mean that's you can't actually. Brake pads just get worn out, and I don't know if you've ever actually worn brake pads out to the point where there was literally just almost a paper thin piece of it left. But I have. Yeah. That's how they get sometimes. If you let them go like an idiot like me. Anyways. So, now that we improved our screwing speed... Yeah, that seemed a little bit quicker. The pads don't need it. It was calipers... Oh, there are 2 pads. Oh, but the pads are on the back. So we just need to get this sway bar. Okay. Sway bar. Caliper. I need to be selling these parts off or scrapping them. Probably selling. Yeah, I'll wait until after I get done with this car to go ahead and sell everything and try to make some money. Right, so anyways, I think I need 2 of these. 2 calipers and 2 pads. Another thing to have plenty in stock is brake pads, because it's always good to have some nice new of those laying around. Pads, discs, drums, the servos maybe, the drum cylinders, the brake shoes. Yeah, I found out that my PT Cruiser actually has drum brakes on the back, which is weird. So I didn't think cars nowadays had drum brakes anymore. I thought that they all had disc brakes all the way around. Well, not the drums. Discs. But yeah, mine actually do have discs, and I don't know if they're regular discs or if they're ventilated. But they have discs on the front and drums on the back. Which just doesn't make any damn sense to me, but oh well. Okay, put this sway bar thing back on. Oh wow, that was a lot quicker. Fresh caliper. Boom. Couple of fresh cylinders too, I guess. Okay. I'm hitting buttons too quickly. Screwing myself over here. There you go. And put the wheel back on. Boom. These ones still take a while, but they're longer. That's the other thing I've noticed, is that there are longer bolts, longer and shorter ones in this game over the previous game that I played. They all used to just be the same length, and now there's longer ones and there's shorter ones, and it's just a pain in the ass. And those calipers look like ass. And nothing else needs to be done on here. So we'll just put the fresh pair of calipers on, along with the fresh cylinder. Nice and shiny and new. And put the wheel back on. And then there's pads on the back. And we already bought the pads. I'm going to have to start cutting some corners, actually, because being too much of a perfectionist is costing me all this money. And instead of worrying about that, I should just do what the customer is asking for, and only what they're asking for. Okay, that should be everything. Bring it down. It's a fucking hatchback Civic, I just noticed that. Oof. And again, I don't want to spend money fixing his frame for him, so... I'm only getting $358 for that? Jesus. Man, it costed me more in parts because those brake parts easily costed more than probably that. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Ay. Only other car that I have is the one electric one that's outside. Move it inside. Lift A. Okay. Cables and junction box. And it looks like they're in the back. Take this thing off. Oh, and there's that. At least it's not hard to get to. So, into the shop. Oh, duh. It's under electronics. That's only 100. And this one's only 69. Heh, 69. Oh yeah, there's a Jaguar DLC as well. And they have their own little custom parts, I guess. And here's an air filter base. Anyways. And there's some Nissan parts for the Nissan DLC. I hope that they do Chrysler and they do the PT Cruiser, because I would really like to be able to take apart my own car in the game. So maybe I could figure out what the hell's wrong with my actual car so I can get it fixed. Right, we had bought the parts. No. Put the new thing in. There we go. Put the cover back on. And the cable. And she should be done. Yeah. And that's everything. Boom. And that is all the jobs that we had at the moment. And yeah. Oh, yeah, under construction we need to get that opened up. I need more money before I can start doing... Oh boy, the dyno costs 20,000. The car wash... I could get the car wash, but I mean, it's not really much use. 10,000 for the test path. I have to get the garage expansion first, but then I can get the warehouse for 750. Allows us to store and sort spare parts. Speaking of the spare parts, I got all these parts. Below or equal to... Okay, yeah. Keep all the rubber bushings. Open the case. And we get... Oh, we get to pick. And some money. Yeah. Okay, well... The wheel balancer, the tire changer... Still only at level 7, so I can't level up again or get any more skill points. Moving faster. The mounting and unmounting would be handy. Parking alley, I don't know what that means. The eagle eye would be handy. Inspect the value of a car. 25% chance to get a mysterious case after finishing an order. I thought the whole mysterious cases thing was just done like the customer gives you those when you get like when you do your job well or whatever. So 2%, 2%, 2%. Why are they all 2%? Then 5, 7, 6, 7. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop for right now. The stream, anyways. It doesn't say what house radio. Yeah. I hope these aren't copyrighted. Either way, turn it off. It is so boring. Having no music because of the stupid copyright crap. Well, anyways, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and stop for now. But at some point, I will play this game again. I'm going to try and do some grinding to get my level up, you know, improve some of the skills, get some more of the expansions to the garage, hopefully get the whole garage expansion, this 10 grand thing, and then be able to have these work tables and body repair station and the engine tools, all those things. And hopefully increase my screwing speed more, and mounting and unmounting, examining stuff, fixing parts, movement speed. Yeah. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Join us next time for more. We'll be seeing you later. But thank you all and good night.